River Plate fans attack Boca Juniors bus, second leg delayed, video. A number of Boca Juniors players have been reportedly exposed to tear gas after River Plate fans attacked the team bus as it arrived for the second leg of the Copa Libertadores final between the legendary rivals. The match was scheduled to kick off at 3 p.m. ET, with Boca and River Square at 2 after one leg, but now it has been delayed several hours, though there's precedence to suggest that River may have to forfeit. South American Football Confederation, CONMEBOL, officials are currently meeting to discuss whether or not the final should go ahead, after reports that a number of Boca players, including Carlos Tevez, were taken unwell in the club's dressing room following the attack. CONMEBOL announced the final would be delayed 3 hours, though some reports say multiple Boca players have been transported to hospital. If the match is not suspended, it would be stunning, but CONMEBOL is apparently insisting that the match must be staged on Saturday. Footage before the match showed an adult strapping flares under the shirt of a child. 2 Boca players have just left via ambulance. Pablo Perez and Jara stands by their decision to postpone match until 1800. Juan G. Arango, Colombia, Italy, at Juan_Arango, a physical, spunky game ended goalless at Providence Park after both teams had pockets of chances, but neither could create moments of true opportunity as the Portland Timbers and Sporting KC head to the second leg yet to find an opener. The game was sizzling from start to finish, as Portland nearly grabbed the opener just 5 minutes in. A poor clear fell to at the top left corner of the box and he hit a speculative low effort on net that was aimed perfectly at the far post, but it struck the woodwork and skidded just out, along the face of goal. Things slowed after that, and Portland lost Larry Mabiala to a right leg injury, with the French defender forced off in the 19th minute. He was assisted off without putting any weight on his right leg, and had to be stretchered to the locker room. Portland remained in the ascendancy, pressing the visitors into making mistakes in possession. The game grew in physicality as both teams looked to use strength to retain possession. Portland again had a chance as some beautiful build-up play from one end to the other, including a back heel from Jeremy Abobasa that sprung Daron Asprilla down the right. His cross to Diego Valeri was just under hit, and under challenge from a defender the chance evaporated on the break. The Timbers pummeled Tim Ayla's net towards the end of the first half, but the game reached the break scoreless. Right out of halftime, KC had its best chance yet, and flubbed it. Johnny Russell came charging onto a loose ball into the box, and with the goal gaping, blasted it miles over the bar. Daniel Saloy had acres of space to shoot in the 57th minute on the break, but 3 Portland defenders closed it down and blocked the eventual effort. Down the other end, Jorge Villafana went down in the box under pressure from Russell but the referee waved play on. Confirmed by VAR. It appeared that Portland had the opener in the 70th minute as a set piece turned into mayhem at the far post before David Guzman tapped it into the back of the net, but the assistant referee's flag went up for offside, which replay confirmed was the correct call. The hosts had another huge chance in the 81st minute on a corner, as substitute Bill Tuiloma powered a thumping header towards the top left corner, but Mela was there for a spectacular leaping save. KC had one big chance right at the end of regulation, but Saloy's effort in gobs of space to the right of the penalty spot was blocked on its way in. That would be the final opportunity, as the teams combined for 23 shots, 7 on target, numbers that felt low for the flow of the game. The Timbers will feel they missed a chance to gain an advantage despite a shot disparity of 6-1 on target, but they held Kansas City without an away goal. For a moment, it appeared Atlanta was truly snakebitten against the New York Red Bulls. After a dominant first half found them 1-0 up, it appeared Bradley Wright-Phillips had grabbed an away goal soon after the break and given New York life. VAR wiped off the goal, and the hosts went on to a deserved 3-0 victory. The decision, a correct one by the letter of the law, was surely an enormous moment in this two-legged matchup, and paved the way for a 3-0 Atlanta victory that left Tata Martino with 90 minutes between he and a spot in the MLS playoff final. Martinez struck just past the half-hour mark, as Tim Parker misjudged a ball into the box from Jeff Laurentowicz, and as it floated over the head of the New York defender, it fell to Martinez who settled and finished calmly. Atlanta held over 60% possession in the first half, and held New York to just one shot, with Bradley Wright-Phillips neutralized. After the break, New York proved far more threatening, and they looked to have drawn level. In the 54th minute, a free kick flew into the box and eventually came to Wright-Phillips at the top of the box. BWP fired low and to the left, passed to Helpless and into the back of the net. After a long delay, VAR ruled out the goal, and while it took some time deducing the reason for the call, it became clear that Alex Mull was in an offside position and screening Guzman. While the Atlanta goalkeeper likely would not have reached the shot regardless of Mull's positioning, the rule was clear and the call was correct. New York began to slowly work down the possessional advantage for the home side, but struggled to create more big chances. Midfield giveaways proved deadly, and Atlanta used a turnover to move 2 goals in front. Miguel Almiron threaded in a streaking Julian Gressel who came flying down the left flank, and his cutback across the space in the box was just behind Martinez but came to Franco Escobar who unleashed a howitzer into the top right corner. The hosts came close to a third on multiple occasions. Almiron fired across the face of goal wide on a breakaway with 9 minutes remaining. Robles also had to make a near-post save in the 87th minute to deny substitute Hector Villalba. Then, the best chance just fell short as Villalba hit the post after toasting 2 defenders on the break. Finally, the third came in added time as Escobar fed a great through ball to Villalba who struck with his left foot and slid it inside the left post. It's the first victory for Atlanta United in 5 tries all-time against New York, and a huge one as New York will need a massive comeback to find a way into the MLS final. The second leg will take place Thursday at 7:30 p.m. ET. Atlanta United has never beaten the New York Red Bulls, but they have struck first at home in the 2018 Eastern Conference Finals as Josef Martinez grabbed yet another goal, his 34th of the season. Despite Atlanta's hefty possessional advantage through the first half-hour at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the goal came on a long cross into the box with only Martinez lurking. The ball from Jeff Larentowicz came in from the deep right flank, and Tim Parker misjudged the flight, letting it sneak over his head. There was Martinez waiting, and he collected with his chest before finishing past Luis Robles on an island. The lead is the first Atlanta has enjoyed this season against New York, and gives Atlanta a significant advantage this season, with just 1 loss all season after scoring first. Atlanta took that lead into the break, owning 62% possession through the first 45 minutes and holding New York to just 1 shot, 0 on target. Bradley Wright-Phillips was completely neutralized, with just 6 passes received, only 2 in the attacking third. The Major League Soccer playoff finals will take the first step towards determining its participants today as Atlanta meets New York and Portland takes on Sporting KC. It has been chalked the whole way, with the exception of the 5-seed Portland who knocked off 4th-seeded FC Dallas in the knockout round before taking care of rivals Seattle in penalties. First up is the East at 5 p.m. ET, as Atlanta hosts New York hoping to beat the Red Bulls for the first time this season on the 3rd try. New York has been a thorn in Atlanta's side, winning the first 2 meetings a combined 5-1. In fact, they've never beaten the Red Bulls, losing once and drawing once last season. Sporting KC visits Portland at 7:30 p.m. ET, looking for its first road playoff win in 8 years, without a victory on the road in the postseason in 8 tries.